So we live or not?
We are live, Coach Bryant. What's good? What's good? Hey, everybody.
What's up?
It's Wednesday. It's hits and heels time. If you have never tuned in before, my name is Coach Terri Bryant, and this is the hubby, Coach Bryant. And he made me a football coach. And so I along with one of my friends, Danny Wright, decided to create Hits and Heels so that we can just have a voice for women that don't know the game of football and want to learn. And then it's kind of just evolved into a plethora of different things. We love talking to sports legends. I love interviewing people that, were once the man or the woman, right, Coach Bryant? Kind of like him. And so we are a part of our local community as far as coaches. We both coach football at middle school. He's the head coach and I'm his assistant. And we're also on the board of the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. Shout out Layshoff. We're not from Lexington, but they allowed us to be on their board. And Coach Bryant, we are getting ready to MC the red carpet for this upcoming gala.
I just hope they know what they're getting ready for. I'm going to ask some questions.
We're going to ask some questions.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun and meeting a lot of, especially people that's going in and meeting their family and letting them have a voice before they get nominated and get their award. So it's going to be exciting. So we normally don't have a lot in the beginning. We wing it, but we're not winging a few at this moment because we're going to do late shop.
Yes. We're going to do late shop right now. Yes, we are. So our gala is it's our third annual gala, and it is headed by Bobby and Jennifer Jones, who are our founders, and Connie is our chair president. And their vision was to, speaking of Connie, and their vision was to just give a voice to people that, to give recognition to local athletes that never really kind of got their recognition before. For instance, we nominated Christian Note last year.
Yes.
And Christian Note is like number 3. Chenault is like number 3 or number 2 all time. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. Of all time for Kentucky. And they had never inducted him into their Hall of Fame. But after we inducted him,
UK did it.
UK decided to induct him into their Hall of Fame. But he should have gotten his flowers a long time ago. Yes.
He was outstanding. And number one, he protected and served. He was a trooper as well. He was a Kentucky State Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting for that. But the thing about it is that a lot of people are getting it mixed up with Hall of Fame NFL type of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is some of the reckoning, the dirt bowl, that people that does stuff behind the scene, teams. It's really broadened out more than just what a lot of people realize.
Yes, absolutely.
Realize. So that's what makes it so exciting, is that it is something that, hey, how about this conversation piece? And so that makes it pretty cool to me.
I'm making sure I'm sharing us on Facebook real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, but even one of your mentors, Coach Steve Chandler. So we inducted Coach Steve Chandler into the Hall of Fame in our inaugural year. And he was the very first Black player for Vanderbilt University.
Got his degree, master's.
Yeah, and out of all these years, they had not recognized him in their Hall of Fame. But guess what? After we inducted him, then he showed up into their Hall of Fame. So he just recently got it only because we brought it to light.
Right, and that's and again, that goes back to our founders.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing stuff to light, and I get very passionate. If you ever heard me on this talking about what a lot of people do, not just Bobby and not just Jennifer, not just Connie, but a lot of people do a lot of stuff to make this happen. The sponsors and just everybody. You
Right.
know, it's a lot of people to name. But with that said, with everybody doing what they're supposed to do, it's been pretty good to recognize what certain athletes, male and female, has done in Lexington. You know, and it's special to watch.
It's special to watch. And what we're also kind of hoping, I don't know why we look dark. What we're also hoping is that maybe other cities will kind of just follow suit, because does Bowling Green have a sports Hall of Fame? But you're in there.
I hope I would make it. I hope I would make it. I think I'll make it.
You think you'll make it? But you're in the Bowling Green Hall of Fame, but they don't have like a look. But it would be nice if they had just a local, because you guys have multiple schools, and so
we have the same amount of schools as Lexington.
Yes, and so it would be nice if
we, as in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Purples,
just had something similar to that. So that's just an example of another city that could just recognize their local people. And your dog is whining, and he's getting ready to start whining, and me and him are getting ready to fight.
Okay, well, our dog, and I go talk to him. If I have to leave, it's because he misses me. He misses me throughout the day.
Okay. So Coach Bryant, what else we got going on besides? Oh, we got a game tomorrow.
Well, last week, excuse me, the middle school games got canceled because of heat, and it was hot. It was unbelievably hot. So with that said, is everybody's picking up. I don't think anybody played today. If they did, it escapes me.
Okay.
But I know everybody's scheduled to play. Taste Grease scheduled to play Winburn, Morton, EJ Hayes. And then we got Jesse Clark playing Southern. And then Bryant Station is playing us. So two Northside schools playing each other.
Okay, Northside.
Shout out TMS is playing Beaumont. So they're
playing Duke.
They're playing Duke, the blue and white. You okay? So with that said, it's exciting to get back. I know our kids have started practicing, basically 2 weeks off, and they're ready to play tomorrow. And please come out, go out wherever they're playing little middle school football Thursday. Guys, support that. That's the money goes back into the programs. Volleyball, basketball, football, the gate. And just come out and support that. We want first class stuff for our kids, and especially at Crawford. I'm biased. Sorry, biased Crawford, and please do that.
Good stuff. So we got a couple of people that are online, and we're doing something different this month. So if we're doing drop-ins, so if you want to come on and ask us a question, or be featured because you want to have something to say, feel free to drop me, let me know in the chat, or send me a text, instant messenger or something like that, and let me know that you want to come on, and I'll send you the link. We'll bring you on real quick. We'll chop it up, and then you can go on about your business. But that's something new we want to try for this month. So this month, Coach Bryant is going to be my featured guest this month, and we're going to have some things that are coming up on Tuesday. Ooh, let me tell y'all what Tuesday is getting ready to start. Hey, Mr. Brown. He said, how did the 2-hour postponement of UK game on Saturday affect the team and the fans?
Yeah, we're
gonna get to that. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, Mr. Brown. We're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Okay. So what was I talking about? I don't know. Baby Fears. She's like, you like my Derby City jacket. So BL Fears is Brittany Fears. She's one of my players on the Derby City Dynamite. And for those of you that don't know, I coached the last 2 seasons for the Derby City Dynamite, the only women's tackle football team in the state of Kentucky. And that's my Letterman's jacket.
Let the record show, behind us used to be a 49er thing, so that's why I'm wearing my 49er, because she took it down.
Why would I have 49er stuff on my pocket? Anyway, that was what I was getting ready to say. So on Tuesday, I don't know if I'm going to feature I am going to feature the Cowboys. So I'm getting ready to start my new female fan night at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. So this Tuesday will feature all female Dallas Cowboys fans. And so I have room for a couple of you to come on. Y'all come get him. So, I have room for, we'll allow a couple of the ladies to come on, and we'll be able to do an analysis of our team. And of course, we expect the Cowboys haters to come on, like this one. But we don't care about no Cowboy haters. But me and my girls are going to show up. So be on the lookout. If you are a female and you feel like you can do analysis or have any type of opinion on your NFL team, I'll be featuring you. So, each team a different team will be featured every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. And I'm starting that on this Tuesday because the NFL starts this week.
And that's exciting. NFL football is going, but we're going to stay a little bit. We talked a little bit about middle school football and everybody cancellation last week, and we'll go into high school football around the city. Teams that's actually ranked. Trinity is ranked number 1.
Okay.
And they played Bryant Station and Frederick Douglass.
And they beat them both.
They beat them both. But the thing about this is that I love about Bryant Station is they're ranked number 10 and they're 0-2. Because they played 2 brutal teams back to back. So did Frederick Douglass. Let me throw that in there as well.
Both of them have brutal schedules this year.
Yeah, they got brutal. Frederick's schedule is brutal, and Bryant Station is. And it gets them ready for the playoffs because they're going to win enough games to get in the playoffs, and they both are probably going to go pretty far. Males ranked number 2, Boyle County, with Quisenberry, the great Quisenberry, who's this outstanding young man, great young person. Frederick Douglass ranked 4th, St. X, with my boy Kevin Wallace. He used to be a Bowling Green High Purple head coach. Is ranked 5th. DuPont Manual, Christian Academy of Louisville, South Warren. I think they're in Bowling Green. Yeah, they are. And then the Bowling Green High Purples is ranked 9th, and Bryant Station is 10th. So that's pretty good recognition of Bryant Station and Frederick Douglass. And this got sent. LaBelle sent this. Remember they used to say that on his little podcast?
Oh, why did he stop doing that?
I don't know. It was tight. Frederick Douglass got ranked in something. I didn't read the whole thing, and this is not a Frederick Douglass moment, but it's a fact. They are 78-14, and the school came in 2017, and they, in their best record, they're just unbelievable, ranked in the top, as in so many years of wins and losses.
Oh my God! So legacy, yeah. So basically, it was like the latest, the best legacies in the
nation.
Yes, in the last 25 years?
It was less than that.
It was
less than 20.
Okay.
Everybody was 2016.
Okay, gotcha.
2014. And
that was amazing.
In the beginning of Coach Landis, and now Coach McPeak is taking that. So shout out to Frederick Douglass on that. That's a great accomplishment, and all the great players because you got to have players. I don't care
you gotta have
what
players.
Kind of coach you are. You can talk all that you want to, but you got to have players. There are certain things you can do because you got the athletes, and I'm first to say that I'm blessed as a coach because I'm very fortunate to have guys on the team. And this year we got a young lady, our first young lady playing for us.
And she scored in our scrimmage.
She scored in the scrimmage, and we're going to try to give her the ball in the varsity game because she's outstanding. And but with that said is you got to have players that can ball. And
you got to have ballers.
And that's what it's about. Go ahead.
Hands down, you got to have ballers. It's hard to put together a winning team if you don't have ballers. I talked to Coach McPeak this past when we got Monday. Was it Monday? Monday we went to the JV game. JV Corbin game, and they beat Corbin. That was a great game, by the way. We got to go see a bunch of our babies that have come up out of the ranks with from Crawford and are now at Frederick Douglass. And I had a conversation with Coach McPeak. I kind of sent him the link, was kind of hoping he'd jump on. because he said that he's kind of frustrated with what the kids kind of lack when they get to his level. But we have that same problem.
Right.
At middle school, is there a particular skill that you wish that kids knew before they came to middle school?
Well, I think it's very difficult, to put everything that kids got to learn for high school. High school and middle school is a totally different game, because, and this is what people don't get, and they think middle school and they think high school, Coach Bryant, is this.
Mm-hmm.
When you become a sophomore, it's the first time, theoretically, that you're playing against somebody that could be 3 to 4 years older than you. So you are lacking that, because freshman football, you're playing freshmen.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing freshmen.
Yes. Or you're supposed to be playing freshmen.
Right.
Yes.
But what I'm getting at is you're playing, so you're playing
your own age.
Your own age.
Yes.
Oh, your grade age.
Right.
And that's what people forget. They go to freshman football. A lot of times the freshmen don't practice with the varsity.
Mm.
And the freshman coaches are doing a great job at every high school in the United States of trying to teach them their system. So you don't teach them the small fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of middle school, when you once get them, you have to reprogram them. Because they're in park and rec, they're in this traveling team, they're in that traveling team. Now they're on your team, and that's not your system.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your system anymore. And then, because how long do we have to teach them?
It takes a while, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, and most people be like, okay, why aren't you scrimmaging 2 or 3 times? We can't.
Yeah, because we're still just trying to get them to just get the basic fundamentals. I mean, we just had our freshman scrimmage yesterday, and they still don't know. A game yesterday, and they still, I couldn't run anything on offense because they still was not retaining the offense.
Right, and that's what a lot of times people get very upset about, is because they're comparing where they came from. And that is in park and rec, and that is in a Pee Wee traveling team. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing negative. I've coached it. It's just as you're not getting shooting your hands, wrong arming. You're not read your keys.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting that. You're getting, he got the ball, go get him. Then you run in, I've got stronger guys than you. When you get to high school, now they're trapping.
Yes.
And
they're pulling.
And they're pulling, and they're blitzing.
And they're blitzing more. Yeah.
Yeah. And not just running up your line, it's going there. It's a calculated blitz, because that's football.
Right.
So again, what that said is him saying that, I get it, but the time you can spend with a middle school kid is not the time you can spend with a high school kid.
Yeah, they definitely don't pay us enough for that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. I mean, you don't have the time.
Yeah, because the
difference is the parents are driving them home. The parents are driving, and parents are ready to go home.
Mm-hmm. So they're not able to stay after to get the extra reps or to get the individual reps that they need in order to really get a particular skill set down.
Right.
That makes sense.
I mean, stands wise at our school, we're going to teach that. Offensively, defensive, special teams, lanes. That's a fact. We do teach it. And so with that said, that makes a big, huge difference.
Right.
High school, they can carpool, because you got juniors and seniors and some sophomores who's driving. Middle school, parent shows up after work, been working all day. Like our practices, I think our parents appreciate it. We appreciate their time. Is what? When we say practice is over at 6:30, you show up at 6:31, you're the only one in the parking lot.
Sometimes, most of the time, yes.
Well, no, we're done.
Yeah, we definitely were done today. Yeah,
no, we're done. I mean, we get off the field and we do our thing. We get off the field. I mean, you ever go to you don't understand. You go to some coaches, they say practice over 6:30. They're done at 7:15.
Still waiting around.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. But I understand what he's saying, but with that said, it's very difficult sometimes to put in everything you want and everything you need to do, and then reteach them in middle school. And for them to contain it, like you said, because
to retain the
that
information.
information.
Yeah, they're really having a hard time just retaining information because we're just having to repeat ourselves a little bit just too much for me. And it's like, okay, if I can imagine how the teachers are managing them in the classroom.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so so Mr. Brown said, did the mayor of Louisville acknowledge my team? Yes. So Derby City Day was the other day, the September 2nd, the first one of them was Derby City Day, and that was to acknowledge the fact that the Derby City Dynamite is the only team in the state of Kentucky to bring the state of Kentucky a national championship. And so Derby City Day was the other day. Yes, thank you, Mr. Brown. And Brittany, why are you laughing? Quick, don't be laughing at him and giving him no ammunition to be laughing about my Cowboys.
Brittany, good job. We're right here. Right here. So
anyway, so are you ready to go and talk about Saturday? Because we had our first Catter Day and it was a hot mess.
Well, yeah. Well, I got a complaint.
What's the complaint?
Okay, people, stop.
Yes.
People stop.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of people, what they end up doing is they were complaining how Kentucky played, and it
irritated me too,
because these are babies, they're kids. Okay, our son told us, "Oh, we're about to go out." We're taking my shoulder pads off. I'll be out in a few. No, we're not going to.
Yes.
They did it four times.
Yes.
Those are humans. Mentally. Who said go Cowboys? Really?
My girl, Tiffany Roger. Go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Tiffany, come on.
My girl.
Okay. And that bothered me. Not because Ty Bryant's playing for the University of Kentucky. It's in general. Mentally. The game is mental. That's the biggest part about any sport and event. And if you never played it, then you understand it. Oh, they did this wrong. They did this wrong. The quarterback did this. How many times he warmed up and then went cold?
Well, one of the things that he talked about was it was past his bedtime.
Yeah, yeah.
He said normally I'm usually in the bed at this time, so I know how I am when I'm ready to go to sleep. Your body is ready to shut down because it's used to going to bed at a certain time. So how do you expect these kids for their biological clock to just reset itself because the weather was bad and everything got pushed back 2 hours? That's a big difference. And it was late.
Well, here's the thing: is people that communicate, and maybe they're not on this podcast, and maybe you know some people.
Mm-hmm.
Picture yourself in traffic.
Yes.
Put yourself in traffic.
Yes.
And you're moving, you stop.
You stop.
You move a little bit, you stop. How frustrating do you get in traffic when it happens to you?
A perfect example.
And now you don't got to get out and push the car. You ain't got to get out to run, tackle, hit, remember your coverages. A coach is getting on you. You ain't got to do that. But some people were very frustrated with that.
And we're frustrated because they didn't sing the national anthem. I'm thinking like we ain't got time for all that. Well, disrespect. We just don't have time for all that.
But here's, if the national anthem need to be sung, I've been to many ball games and they didn't do it.
The crowd should have sung it. They said,
they started singing
and the crowd should have sung the national anthem if they wanted the national anthem sing. That's kind of how I feel about that too.
I mean, if you want it done, I say it all the time. This is
do what you said.
This is America. I mean, don't complain. Fix it.
Fix it. Yeah. Mr. Brown said he took extra meds so to watch for a few minutes of the game. Yeah. Well, Ty started. He had a great game. Lots of reps. We were definitely excited about his play and under the circumstances and the amount of playing time that he got. So the game started 2 hours early or whatever like that, and then late or whatever, and then hey coach, I see you, and then it ended 9 minutes into the third quarter. Anyway, so we got a special guest. We were just talking about Frederick Douglass, and so I want to go ahead and bring Coach Peak onto the stage. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I just gave you props. Your team of being ranked in something that Love put out, 78-14 over Frederick Douglass' career, and best season. I don't know what it was. I read it today, and Coach Landis started it, and you took it to another level. So again, congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. Obviously, you've had a lot of good players. You guys have been able to, coach a lot of those young people, and then they come into our program as well. So, it's a credit to a lot of people, as you all know. Obviously, assistant coaches, leadership of the players and all the hard work. And obviously, Coach Toll and what he does in our weight room, player development program is big too. So, but I do appreciate the kind words. It's a lot of hard work by a lot of people. But, when you sit back, obviously, as a coach, as you think about on to the next, what do you got to do next, to get prepared for the next game. But when you really sit back and look at what the program's done in 7 short years, it's pretty remarkable. And
Amazing.
I tell people all the time, it would be hard pressed to start a program from scratch and have any more success than we've had. So, but like I said, that's a credit to a lot of people.
So my question to you is, when you are successful as Frederick Douglass program, and you as the head coach who gets the positive and the negative.
Yeah.
So being that head coach, it ain't always glory. So shout out to your wife for putting up with your moves when you get home. So
Very true.
With that said, is how do you adjust changing coaches? Because when you're a success, other teams come after your coaches. So how's that been?
Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed to where, Coach Poe's been with me, and he does a great job with our defense. And, I tell him all the time, I think he'd be a great head coach, but, he hadn't made that leap yet. He's really happy in what he's doing with us, and he kind of sees what I go through on a daily basis sometimes.
It's a mess. We're at the middle school level. I can't imagine what it's like on the high school level.
Well, you know what he reminds me of? Okay, and I mean that. He reminds me of Connecticut's assistant coach. It's been with him for
that's been on the women's side.
On the women's side.
Yeah.
I mean, and because she's got a lot of knowledge from the head coach to that. So, and stand on the coaching thing. Please let people know who your freshman coach is and who your JV to get them ready for varsity.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, Devin Daniel, our head freshman coach, he's the young coach that has a lot of energy, that he's doing it, with our freshman team. And, I tell him all the time, and the guys I have with him, they have just as hard a job as I do, because you're trying to mesh a lot of different personalities and kids that are coming from a lot of different middle school programs, and try to mesh them into how the Broncos standard is and what we need and what we want. It's very difficult. And I was actually having a conversation with, your wife about it the other day after the JV game, trying to increase, the processing time of our incoming freshmen to be able to compete in 6A football, where it's not taking them 2 years to get ready to play at that high of a level, because right now it's taking some kids that may be talented, but they don't either have the knowledge or the weight room, or, they're just really far behind in player development to be able to get them caught up to compete with the top echelon 6A teams.
Okay. Now, then who's the JV coach?
Jay Johnson is our new JV coach this year, and I kind of rotate that depending upon who's on my staff each year. Obviously, a lot of our varsity coaches and our JV guys help each other, on Mondays. But he's the head JV coach right now. But some of our freshman coaches help with our JV too, because we kind of mix a few of the better freshmen to get them some reps with our JV team as well.
Okay.
This is a good question that Mr. Brown said. Who coined your program, The Farm?
I think it was, it's been around for a while. from my understanding, the school was built on an old horse farm, like,
Yes, it was.
so, I remember when my buddies, I went to Marshall, but I remember a lot of my friends from high school went to UK, and I remember when all Hamburg was grass, there was nothing over there. So it makes sense, of obviously being in Lexington and a lot of the horse farms. And I think that just kind of got coined, that phrase, whenever it got built on that land.
Okay.
Well, what's the other phrase was people don't realize that, being a part of Douglas, yes, is the U.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another one. So how did that one come about?
That was all Mr. Diaz, our head principal. He's a big Miami.
I knew that.
Yeah, so, that's what he wanted. And, obviously that's his prerogative, and they voted for it and things. Obviously it was Stallions, and then it went to Broncos after that. So,
Yeah, because a stallion is, we know what a stallion is. That's a male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But also it came from, because remember his first cousin was the U's head coach.
Yes.
Yes. I don't remember if he was a defensive coordinator or offense coordinator. Then he took over the job. Correct?
Yeah. And I believe so. I'm not sure which one. But I know his family, obviously, he's got still a lot of family that live down that way with his parents and things near Miami. So it's near and dear to his heart, that's for sure. And, it's pretty cool for me. I never really thought of the colors until I came to Douglas, but they're pretty unique. I mean, I think there's only one other school in Kentucky, Hart County, that uses.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's only one other high school that uses that combination.
So this weekend, your schedule
It's brutal.
Is brutal, Coach.
Who's the idiot that put that together?
You did a fantastic job. Your babies played, which people again didn't realize the kickoff time was down in Bowling Green's time.
Yeah,
and that's an hour behind. Mm-hmm. And a great win down there, and I thought a couple of little turnovers against Boyle County. It's a totally different game. So if you want to elaborate on both games, please.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of the Boyle and LCA game, because, he is, we were getting the locker room getting ready. But, yeah, it was a very late night. And Bowling Green's got a great team. I know you're a Purple, so they got a great
That's scattered in, right?
Yeah. I got asked by 2 or 3 people, where's Cisco at? But, yeah, so but it was a good game. It's they got a really good team. I think they'll be right in the running for a 5A championship. And we kind of got the best of them, I thought, in the second half. We played really, really physical football, and kind of kept the ball away from Deuce, and we played really good defense after the first drive. Because we're kind of breaking in some new secondary guys. But I've been very pleased the way we've played defense the first 2 weeks. Our offense kind of let us down against Trinity last week, and hopefully we'll play better down at Manual this week. But, yeah, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, on the road at Manual, they got athletes galore, and on the road, and, so it doesn't get any easier. So we got three good games before our bye week coming up.
Okay.
Question.
I don't think I have any more. I think the only question I had was based off of our conversation the other day. So right now, you may not be able to answer this. What is a skill set that you wish kids had before they got to you?
What they get
that they're lacking? Like, is there one, or I know there's multiple, but what's your top couple of them that maybe parents can help bridge that gap with helping to get their kids developed? Because at the middle school level, we don't have the time. And so there's got to be some parental involvement and in order to help all of us out, and also to help their kid. They're going to have to invest in their kids.
Sure. That's kind of, like I said, there's a lot of different layers to that question, because we see, some kids are a little bit more advanced than others, either physically or mentally. Just the overall game of football is, as you guys know, is very, very mental.
Mhm.
It looks like a complicated game, and it is in some ways, but it's really not. Because there is such a difference in all the different positions. But one thing I've seen, especially since we've gotten back from COVID, is the processing of information, understanding that information, and honestly just being coachable and trying to fix that into one or two things has been lacking in a lot of kids, whether that's, good athletes or, guys that have to continue to develop there. But I would say that just overall processing information and being able to take that information into practice and in games. I don't much worry about the weight room. I wish they were a little bit more ahead in that, but I know a lot of the middle schools don't have weight rooms here in this county. So we can kind of make up for that. But obviously, athletes have to lift weights. They got to, get their bodies right, not only for football, but any multi-sport guys. So just overall player development, but I would say the biggest thing is just getting them to be able to process information more quickly, at a faster rate so they can get ready for that sophomore year and be able to compete, at the varsity level. We have had a couple freshmen that are elite athletes that have helped us, but I would rather not do that if I can help it, just because a lot of times those kids aren't physically ready to play 6A football. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you have those elite guys, but if the guys aren't ready to do that, then, we don't want them to do that. We want to take it slow and get them where they need to get.
Well, because in the middle school, the biggest part is my vocabulary. It's the word is play fast.
Yes.
It's getting the kids that come to Crawford to go fast all the time, because they
And
want.
that's been hard
And
to
that's
do.
been very hard. So how's it? Real quick, last question. I don't know what your schedule is. So, but with that said, is how is that when they get to you? Is that a frustrating thing as well?
Yeah, it is. And just overall, and I know they're young teenagers and they're coming into high school and doing a lot of really good things, that are different. But yeah, for sure. And just, we play a very hard freshman schedule. We play a lot of teams that we're going to play at the 6A level. And a lot of those kids aren't ready for that quite yet. For example, when you're playing Trinity and St. X, a lot of those kids have been playing in the Catholic leagues in 6th, 7th, 8th grade together and running the same systems and all those things. They're way ahead of us, in that freshman year. But I want those kids to get used to playing those programs, because that's who we have to beat to compete for championships later. So even though it may not go super well for us at times within our schedule, I think it helps them. Number one, hey, I'm humbled here because I understand that there's more fish in the sea that I'm playing against outside of Fayette County. And then, number two, get them prepared and ready mentally and physically to play those opponents. So for sure playing fast, but also, getting used to playing higher levels of competition throughout the state.
That's that question. And then,
Ask which one, the relationship with officials,
Yeah.
how's your officials, and are there any rule changes that will be implemented this year?
No, I think I would like to think I got a good relationship with about all of them. I don't give them too hard a time most of the time, because I respect what they do. We couldn't play the game without them.
Yes.
Obviously there's discussions that we have, but I haven't had a big time argument with an official in a few years, really,
Right.
because I really respect what they do. And athletes are getting faster. They're bigger, faster, stronger. And, we need officials, and we need young officials too. They're going to make mistakes. And, but I think I have a good relationship with them. Not a lot of rule changes. They've, you can intentional ground the ball anywhere now as a quarterback.
Used to be you had to be on the center.
Used to, it had to be, you had to be, in the grass for, be outside the tackle box. Well, now you can throw it away anywhere you want.
And Coach, I don't mean to cut you off, but again, being a defensive person, another example of making the offense look good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean,
yeah, great question. Gert, he's a referee. He refereed our game yesterday. He did our game yesterday. Okay. Well, Coach, thank you. Thank you for popping on and jumping on real quick and letting us see. I know I've been talking to you for months about getting you on here, but I do still want to follow up and get more in depth and bring you on and have your own show. We will make that happen.
Because the thing is that I have always appreciate what you've done. It is very hard to be where you're at with the talent you have and everybody's happy, because not everybody's not happy. Right. You know, they want more. They think they deserve more, and I just think you do a very good job with that. And you know, you're looking like a DB now. I'm just saying, tell you right now, Coach. You know, I'll watch you on the field. You look like a DB now.
Oh yeah. I'm down a little over 82 pounds. So
congratulations.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate what you guys do for the youth, and you know, we've always had good relationship and
always will.
Appreciate what you guys do. Obviously, you know, Ty's you know, not only is he a great athlete, he's a great person. You know, and that goes back to home life and everything else. So I just make sure that I say that, because he's a really, really good player, but even a better human being, and that goes a lot farther than being a player.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Coach, please tell the wife I said hi, and be blessed, and
good luck. And good luck this weekend and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Coach.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Guess who we got on here? Connie.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Connie? Thank you for being patient with us. So, guys, we just got our chair. We were just talking about Layshoff, and our chairman of the board just popped on. And Connie, aren't we? What we got going on tomorrow for Layshoff? Aren't we out at the Roots and Heritage tomorrow?
Yes, on Saturday morning, and I apologize. I'm driving. I'm being safe, but that's the reason why it's dark. I apologize.
No, okay.
But Saturday morning, we'll be out. We're very happy. We got probably about 10 to 15 of our inductees that's going to be joining us for the parade. So some of them will be in some convertible nice cars, and we have a nice float. This is our second year having a float, so we just appreciate all the volunteers that help with that. So we want you all to come out and support.
Okay, what time does that start?
The parade starts at 9:45. I think it starts off right at 4th and Elmtree Lane, and it'll go all the way around to MLK, back down 5th to Race, and then down 3rd and end right there at the Lyric.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you for hopping on real quick and letting us know that information. Is there something in particular that you're looking for? This is our third gala coming up. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to this one that, you know, maybe a surprise from the first two?
Well, for me, all of them have been different in their own way. I'm just excited when you say this is our third year. I mean, just to think that we started this in 2020 and we had our first one in 2022, and now we're on our third year. That's just exciting. We just want to keep reminding people that the gala and the inductee is about honoring people. So no matter if you get in the first class, the 10th class, it's an honor.
Yes.
We're honoring people. It's not about putting people against each other, who's the best or anything like this. This is a celebration. I've been part of several calls, and I think Cisco and Terri, I think you've made those calls. Some of them we've made together. And just to hear the inductees, when we tell them that they're being inducted, one of the common things that I hear is that people remembering them, and that just means a whole lot. So just to the audience, to the Lexington community, this Hall of Fame belongs to the community. If you want someone to be in, make sure you
say that again.
I'm sorry.
Say that again.
The whole part. It's about honoring that part.
Yes.
Yes. Again, this is not about us going and picking people that are the best, because obviously we have all athletes, coaches. This is about honoring them. And those people that we have honored, they are just thankful that people are remembering them. And it means a lot to be even honored by us, um, by the Black community. I remember hearing one of the people that have, been honored, on the national level, and but he talked to us and told us that this meant so much more. For one, if they go to all these other Hall of Fames and they get in, a lot of times their friends, their family sometimes can't make it, but to be in a room with people that they grew up with and that know them, that they get to celebrate with their friends, and just it's basically like to me, it's
It's like
almost
a family reunion.
it's a family reunion, exactly, but in an elegant way. It's classy.
Yes.
It's red
Very
carpet.
much.
It's the Grammys, the Oscars, all of that,
Yes.
all in one. So
Yes.
we're just excited. We're excited that we are able to help Bobby and Jennifer as our founders to keep this vision going. It's exciting. You just have to, we can
It's
talk about it,
exciting.
but you have to be there. Tickets
Yeah.
are still
Absolutely.
on sale. That's the important part. Tickets are still on
Yes.
It's
sale.
still
So
on
whoever's
sale.
listening,
So I got the website,
tickets.
layshoff.com on
Oh,
the
good.
ticker right now. So you guys can go to layshoff.com and you should still be able to get your tickets. You'll be able to choose your seat, and you'll be able to choose your meal, because we will be
Your
feeding you.
entree, yes. Yeah,
But
yeah,
but
definitely.
the thing about it is that you said, and I don't know if you've ever heard, when I get on, I get a little attitude, because when I'm out in the community and somebody says something, it irritates me, because it
Hmm.
bothers me that people don't appreciate what someone else is doing for them
Right.
and doing for their city. And
Hmm.
and I guess, it's sort of like the person that does. It's sort of like being a part of a football program, basketball, baseball, that usually only have 5 people that really bust their tail for that. But
Hmm.
then there's 100 complaining about it, and
Right.
and, and that stuff bothers me. And
Yeah.
what y'all done and sat down and brainstormed years before it actually came to surface,
Hmm.
and people don't get that, and that bothers
Yeah.
me. That, I mean, I'd be like, wow, Bowling Green did
Yeah.
it. If I don't go in the first one, I know I'm gonna get in. I feel blessed to get in, but you won't hear me go, well, I'm one of the. No, it is. Eventually, I'm going to get in.
Right.
With that. So again, that's just a praise to y'all. I mean that a
Well,
lot.
and Cisco and Terry, you all are one of our biggest advocates, and we appreciate that. And I know sometimes I have to, I know we all as board members, founding members, we do get a lot of some of the negative, but the good always outweighs. And then
Amen.
sometimes
Every
it's not
time.
even just them being negative. I think it's just like we're doing now. We have this platform with you all to educate people about
Yeah.
what we're doing. And so a lot of times when people think of Hall of Fames, they do think of the best, but you can't, okay, like our first class, we had Tyson Gay and Darmani. I can't say
Right.
Tyson Gay is better than Darmani. One runs and one plays football. So
Right.
it's apples and
There's no
oranges.
comparison.
Yeah, it's no comparison. This is about honoring. And then you think about the segregated time. The people back then, they didn't have an opportunity to get recognized. Even when they won, they couldn't announce it, or they didn't put them in the paper. So this gives us an opportunity to go back and recognize and honor those people that paved the way for a lot of us. And so
Mhm.
that's what we're doing. And we can't just don't inbox us. Don't tell me a name on the street. Go to the website, please.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
You can still
this
go
is
to
the
to
thing,
the website. You got
yeah,
until the 31st of
yeah,
October to nominate for class of 2025
exactly. Because our nomination stays open all year. But if
all
you
year.
want them to be considered for the next following year, it has to be done before October 31st. We got to have more than a name. I mean, the process is you get inducted, but then it's got to go through the nomination process, and then it's got to be selection. Your nominee cannot be selected if you just give us a name and what school they went to. We got to have a little bit more information. So there again, these platforms like you have, we love your show, Terri. You've highlighted the scholarship part that we do, which is the big piece to give back, and obviously to honor the inductees. But we want to educate our city. This belongs to our city, though. And I know you got to go, but I just want to get this piece in. The one big thing, our third-fold mission, our third thing that we're going to do is we're going to have this stand built. We're going to have a museum. And so that's what we're working towards. And we want to make Lexington proud. I know a lot of people are already proud already, but this is going to be so great when we get this building to be able to host and maybe be somewhere downtown. And, you all know one day to have, when we have that building, I've already done the research and have that sign on the interstate to say exit here, Hall of Fame, that is the one thing that I want to see on the interstate. And and I already got all the things we got to do, but once we get the building, we can go forward with that sign. It's going to be on the interstate on I-75.
Mr. Brown said, can someone nominate Professor Gerald Smith? All they got to do is go to layshoff.com and there's a nomination form on there, but make sure you have all his information in detail, as many detail, because a lot of times we'll get nominations and we're researching them and they don't come up on Google. But when we call or we hunt down a family member, then we're able to get, valid information and information that doesn't show up in Google. So that's how you do it, Mr. Brown. Go to layshoff.com. You guys can get your tickets. You guys can go nominate. You guys can also donate, because we do, like Ms. Connie said, we do offer a scholarships every year, and we need those funded and of course to start preparing for our brick and mortar museum. We're going to need funding for that too. So I think I don't know if on the website we have a 10 for 10. Like right now, you guys can just do a 10 for 10, which means you can just do $10 a month for 10 months. And if you can just do that, that'll help out tremendously. And I think you'll show up in our program.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that is one way to give back. We're fortunate this year that the people that did give, we're going to be able to honor 3 great recipients to receive scholarship money. So this year we did good to award 3 people. So we're looking forward to making an impact with those young people.
Love it.
Hey,
thank you.
I love it. Matter of fact, your grandson was a recipient at last year's gala, wasn't it? Because there wasn't a whole lot of people that applied, and so he was able to to be a recipient of that last year. Congratulations. Matter of fact, I saw him Saturday at the game. I got a picture. I meant to send it to you. So I got my hug from Jaden on Saturday, and I was so glad to see him.
Oh, awesome. I need to see that picture.
I'll send it to you.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Well, no problem. Thanks for having us. And like I said, thanks for being a great support to Layshoff. We appreciate you all.
Layshoff.
Right.
Thank you so much, Connie. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care.
You too.
You too. Well, I forgot. Let me do this real quick. Go back to high school football. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. And what happened is, coming up this weekend, there's 2 things that I want to put out here. Okay. Taste Creek's 2-0, and they play North Oldham. And so congratulations on that. Lexington Catholic plays Corbin. Lexington Christian plays Spikeville. Lafayette, my boy John Lawson, Derek Connor. Bryant Station plays the Purples. What a schedule, coach.
Man.
We got to get coaching. Because I don't know what coach. His first 3 days, whoa, coach. Bryant Station plays the Bowling Ground.
I wish I had it. If I had his number, I'd ask him to jump on right now.
Yes. No, I don't have
his number. Yeah.
BG, they play the Purples, and they play him here in Lexington. They play at Lexington Christian. And then Henry Clay plays Great Crossing. Let's try to get that first win for my man over there, Coach Gay. Coach Johnson and his team, they play Collins. And then Frederick Douglass again is at DuPont. Also, which we have to say, I didn't remember, I forget, I don't remember, but isn't Jasper Johnson going to decide?
Yes.
Okay, it's Arkansas, Alabama, UK, U of L, and North Carolina.
I hope it's coming up. It's coming up, and I forgot the date. but
if somebody knows, pop that up, because I know he said he's going to announce. I don't know if
it's gonna be
week.
closed, so everybody's not gonna be able to go. Only close family and friends will be able to
go. But I know
attend.
he's about to do it. I know, the wife and Coach Johnson, Dennis. I know they are just excited that their baby is going to choose a university. I know that had to be hectic. We went through a little bit of that with.
He said he thinks tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow.
Well, I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but
I can't wait. I hope he chooses Kentucky and stays home.
Oh man, come on, man. You okay? Come on, man. But don't get it twisted. I mean, if he chooses U of L, North Carolina, Alabama, or Arkansas,
I'm still going to support him. I'm still going to look to watch.
I remember when he was a little tight, and now he's a tall tight, if you will, on that matter. So, on that, I had to get that in. Because Jasper, a great young man, his dad, fantastic head coach at Woolford County and football.
Go Wolfo.
And also the AD there as well, and brought that program around. Just did an outstanding job. They played a Lexington school.
We got a couple of our
babies. They played Dunbar last week. They won 42-0 over
They
Dunbar.
did over Dunbar. So, They did. We got a couple of our babies over at Woolford County.
You got a few.
Darian Sturvis just got an offer from EKU. So he's got an offer for EKU and Moorhead. Makai Smith has offers from UK.
You remember Makai almost quit on me?
He almost quit.
Because I was stepping on him?
Yeah, he almost quit on you. He did.
And I'm gonna tell you,
I was so bad at him at our championship game.
but you remember, it wasn't a championship game. We were at Dunbar, and I was getting on him because he was better than what he was playing. And parents, let me tell you what mom did. Okay, his mom did not go, okay, you yelling at my baby.
Yeah.
She was like, listen, because I tell people this all the time as a coach. If I stop getting on you,
that's a problem.
That means I don't care. I'm not talking about degrading you and yelling all that. But if I stop getting on you as a coach, then your child better worry. If that coach ain't getting on you and correcting you. And that's what I loved about his mom and his dad, because they was like, you're not listening. I will never forget that. We were on the near the goal underneath the scores area, and that's been a few years ago. And he's a great young man. He figured out. Coach Bryant loved him. Was not picking on him, because a lot of times kids take it as picking on him. It's not. Like we had a young man today, won't say his name, and I told him, I'm coaching you. I'm trying to coach you, and you got to allow coaches to coach your child. You have to allow it. And we're not talking about abusing the child.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, that's not my style in the first place. But with that said, I'm proud of that. I have to put a shout out to my boy Lawson. Lafayette. And I hope he gets his second win of the season. They played Connor, and they're 1-1 this year. And Lawson and I have been friends for a long time. He played at UK as well. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. With that said, I hope he gets his win. And Coach Hawks is going after his third win of the season. Coach Hawkins is trying to get his first with that schedule. We got to get him on. I don't know what that young man was drinking when he made that schedule, but his boys are going to be ready. They always are. They take a few lumps in the beginning.
But didn't that happen last year? Didn't they go 0-3 last year? And then they were in the Final Four.
And then the coaches do what they do. And then the kids allow them, again, to be coached. And I love that. And I'm always a fan of Coach Johnson. And then, of course, my man at Lexington Catholic, Coach B, and him and I go way back. They're finished. They're 0-2, but they're going to be there when it matters. Trust me, Coach B knows what he's doing. So, they lose it to Highlands and Madison Central, and then they will get started and do their thing. And at Corbin this weekend, another tough game for them as well.
Okay.
I was going fast. I had to get that in.
That's okay.
Cut me off.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Mr. Brown. Michelle Johnson is related to the Johnson. She's the sister-in-law, and she is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I can't wait. I featured her a couple of episodes ago. She's married to Derek. Coach Johnson's brother. And I think is Derek's on the staff, right?
Now, somebody told me,
Or
and
no?
if somebody knows, I thought he was still on the staff, but somebody said he took a head job somewhere else. Because I said this weekend, somebody said something to me at the UK game.
Oh, I don't know.
And I didn't know.
I know
if
his
he
two
did.
sons are on the team, so maybe he took a
No,
that
I don't know
doesn't
if
make
it's true.
sense. Yeah, that
I don't know
doesn't
if
make
it's true.
sense for him to take a head coaching job someplace else, and then his kids
Well, I mean,
are
he's the head
at
coach
Wolfsburg.
material.
Oh yeah,
Without a doubt, he's definitely that. So
okay.
if that's a fact, then somebody let me know that with a text or something, because if he did, I would like to know where he went. But what that said is he's still there.
Well, we're wrapping this up. Jennifer Jones said, "What about that red carpet experience this year? Are you ready?"
I'm ready. I got questions.
We can't wait.
Well, I'm looking.
We're leaving the game early. It's a game Kentucky plays that day.
We're there. We're there.
We're gonna be.
I'm
We're
looking
gonna
forward
go to the
seeing
game.
my boy BT, Vince Taylor. Oh my God! I mean, y'all don't know. We go way back. That's my dog. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm definitely excited for the Hall of Fame this year. So guys, make sure you go and get your tickets. You still have time. We're 2.5 weeks away.
2.5 weeks away.
2.5 weeks away for our third annual African American Sports Hall of Fame for the city of Lexington, and we are absolutely excited. So we're wrapping this up, Coach Bryant.
Well, we can't wrap it up until we say something about UK. All right, they play South Carolina this week, and there was something that Stoops said.
Something Stoops said about some sunglasses and wearing your hat backwards and doing some crazy dances or something, and the head coach, what's his name, Beamer, I think, mocked him to try to motivate his team.
Yes, and he said put his glasses on, had his hair back, and he was dancing. But
was dancing.
He was gonna be. He was doing his thing.
So
and you got to do something.
You got to do whatever you got to do to try to motivate your team. And so
So don't forget tomorrow, wherever you're at in Lexington, go support the middle school football program. We play Bryant Station at Crawford. We're looking for a big crowd and just enjoy the atmosphere. It's going to be a beautiful day. And go 4-9. Go Broncos.
Go Cowboys.
Go Purples. Go Cougars. Go Cats.
How about them Cowboys? Go Cats and go Cowboys. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna wrap this up because he has to be up early tomorrow. Well, we both have to be up super duper early tomorrow, and it's gonna be a long day for us tomorrow because we have a game. And so we appreciate y'all coming on and engaging. Thank you, Miss Jones, and thank you, Tiffany and Tiffany. I know you're gonna help me co-host on Tuesday on this Dallas Cowboys women's analyst thing. It's gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be fun. I don't care if it's just me and you. We getting ready to do the daggone thing, and we're gonna be analysts. Thanks, Sean. We're gonna talk about the Cowboys.
That'll last 5 minutes.
Y'all come get y'all boy. Brittany, thank you for being on. Coach McPeak, thank you for coming on. Connie, thank you for hopping on real quick and blessing us with you. And so yes, thank you everybody. And Tiffany, I'll be reaching out to you because I'm gonna definitely send you the link for Tuesday when I get that set up. It's gonna be the same time except it's gonna be on Tuesday. And I hope you're gonna come on with some and we're gonna analyze the Dallas Cowboys. And it might not be all good stuff because I really don't have a whole. I was talking to my girl Trina today, and she was like, "Girl, I really don't have a whole lot positive to say about the Cowboys, but I hope somebody does come on and talk about the positive." So we're not just gonna talk all about the, all the bubblegum stuff. We're gonna talk about some real stuff, and hopefully maybe somebody will send it to Jerry Jones and come bring us on board on his staff or something so we can fix some things. So. I'm not fooling with you. Anyway, y'all, so go to layshoff.com, nominate your anyone that you feel that should be in the Hall of Fame that hasn't been nominated yet. Make sure you go there to get your tickets. I look forward to seeing you on the red carpet Cisco and I will be on the red carpet for the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame on the 21st of September at 6:00, I believe. And make sure we come and definitely get a selfie together. Y'all know I love taking selfies with people. You know why I like taking selfies? So that when it's their birthday, I can post pictures of us together. Because then people know that we're real friends. I know that's corny, but I don't care.
I didn't say
He
nothing.
said CeeDee Lamb would be
Who?
He said CeeDee Lamb will be great this year. I don't know, because this seems like once they get their money, they go to trash. So I don't know. I can't say whether or not CeeDee Lamb will be good, because once who was that running back? Once he got their money, they're trash. Yeah, 21.
No,
all of them. Yeah.
What was his name? Anyway,
I don't even forgot his name because he's now with the Titans now.
Yeah, he killed me.
Yeah.
What was his name? I cannot think of his name. So
anyway, so we're done. Anyway, we're done. Thank y'all for coming on, and we will see you. We'll see you next Wednesday, but I'll be on Tuesday with all my Dallas Cowboys sisters, and we're gonna chop it up with about the Dallas Cowboys on Tuesday, and I'm so looking forward to that, and it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Deuces.
Deuces, 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 deuces.